The final period then is our transition period. And the thing about the transition period is it reflects the end of one macro cycle to the commencement of another macro cycle. Remember, we don't have transition periods halfway through bicycles or tricycle plans. Well, as I've got here, it links two plans. Generally shouldn't exceed more than 5 weeks. However, I have seen cases where athletes may have actually, amazingly, a transition of anything up to 6 months. And you may see that in athletes who have been on an Olympic structure. So they've done a 4 to 8 year period of training, a huge period of training. And then they go into a large transition phase before they build again. But generally, if we're kind of just going from macro cycle to macro cycle, probably no more than 5 weeks worth of transition. The key here is we don't stop training, because if we stop training, we detrain. What we're doing is we are reducing the fatigue curve. And the way to think about this is you're trying to reduce physiological fatigue, but also you're trying to reduce kind of emotional and central nervous system fatigue. And actually it takes a lot longer to get CNS fatigue to reduce. So we have to think about using activities that are not emotionally straining. So generally we tend to recommend athletes do stuff away from their own sport in this period of training. But at the same time, we try and do activities that also allow us to keep them physically active, not too intense, but not too inactive as well. So where does it fit? Well, we wouldn't be doing any of the stuff up here, so we'd be kind of down here, but it's not that we'd be doing high volume. We'd probably be just doing this kind of lower intensity training, but the volume would actually be significantly reduced to what it would be in the preparation period.